Assalamualaikum. Welcome back. We are going to start the second part of conflict and negotiation chapter, and it's the conflict process, five stages. Conflict does not appear suddenly, it follows a logical and psychological process. Robinson Judge described this through five stages. Understanding each stage helps leaders identify, manage, and resolve conflicts effectively before they turn destructive. These stages are potential opposition, cognition, and personalizations, intentions, behaviors, and outcomes. Overview of the five stages are potential opposition and incompatibility, the conditions that create the possibility of conflict. Cognition and personalization, stage 2, means conflict becomes perceived and felt by people. Intentions, the decision made about how to handle the conflict. Behavior, the visible actions and reactions of the parties involved. Number 5, outcomes, the results, functional, positive or dysfunctional, negative. Stage is potential opposition. It is the foundation of all conflicts where the cause lie, where conflict may arise due to communication problems, structural issues, or personal differences. The second stage is cognition and personalization, where people become aware of the conflict and begin to feel emotions such as tension or frustrations. Emotional self-awareness and mindfulness reduce escalation at this stage. In the third stage, people form intentions about how they will handle the conflict, such as avoiding, competing, or collaborating. Assertiveness, how much you try to satisfy your own concerns. Cooperativeness, how much you try to satisfy other concerns. These are two dimensions in intentions. Stage 4 involves actual behavior where conflict becomes visible through arguments or actions, and stage 5 refers to outcomes which can be functional, improving performance, or dysfunctional, damaging relationships. The goal of conflict management is to ensure outcomes remains constructive. Conflict management. Conflict cannot be completely eliminated from organizations, but it can be managed effectively. Conflict management refers to using appropriate techniques to reduce harmful conflict and encourage healthy, constructive disagreements. The aim is not to suppress conflict but to maintain it at an optimal level where it supports learning, creativity, and performance. Balancing conflict. Both extremes of conflicts are harmful. Too little conflict leads to apathy, lack of innovation, and groupthink. Too much conflicts create hostility, stress, and low performance. Effective managers aim for balanced level of conflict, optimal conflict, where different ideas are shared but cooperation remains intact. Approaches of conflict management. There are two approaches of conflict management. Main approaches: conflict resolution techniques and conflict stimulation techniques. Conflict resolution techniques are used to reduce or eliminate destructive conflict. Conflict stimulation techniques are used when performance is low and managers want to encourage debate and new ideas. Both approaches are important and should be used based on the situation. Conflict resolution technique. Number one, problem solving. The most effective conflict resolution technique is problem solving. It involves direct face to face discussion between conflicting parties to identify the root cause of the problem. The focus is on facts and shared goals, not on personal attacks. This approach builds trust and leading to long term solutions. Conflict resolution techniques include superordinate goals and expansion of resources. Superordinate goals where parties focus on a shared objective, and expansion of resources mean which reduces conflict caused by scarcity. Patience and compromise are also one of the techniques of conflict resolution. Avoidance or smoothing means useful for minor and emotional conflicts, and compromise where each side gives us something. The next techniques are authoritative command and changing human variables. Authoritative command is used in emergencies when quick decisions are required, while conflict can also be managed by changing human variables such as attitudes and behaviors through training and communication. Another method is changing structure variables like clarifying roles, adjusting workloads, or redesigning reporting relationships. These methods reduce the chances of repeated conflict in the future. Conflict stimulation techniques. Sometimes organizations suffer from too little conflict. In such cases, managers may deliberately stimulate conflict. This can be done by introducing new ideas, bringing in outsiders, restructuring teams, or appointing a devil's advocate. This purpose is to challenge routine thinking and encourage creativity. Communication and bringing in outsiders. Communication means introducing new or controversial ideas to spark discussions. Mean playing devil's advocate in meeting, asking provocative questions. Bringing outsiders means introducing new people with different backgrounds or viewpoints. Break up group things, encourage fresh perspectives, and challenge assumptions. Structural changes, restructuring the organization, mean rearranging teams, roles, or responsibilities to create constructive tension, encourage people to adapt and collaborate differently, and can reveal inefficiencies or hidden issues. A devil's advocate, assigning someone to deliberately challenge group decisions. It ensures decisions are well thought out, encourage members to defend their ideas with evidence. Strategic organizational conflict management. Modern organizations adopt systematic, proactive conflict management systems rather than reacting case by case. These operate across three domains: strategy, functions, and worker. Strategy, it focuses on integrate conflict management into organization goals and culture. Function level means develop consistent conflict management practice, and work level build interpersonal and emotional skills to handle conflict adaptability. As conflict management domains, strategic organizational conflict management systems operate across three key areas to ensure proactive and systematic handling of conflict: strategy, function, and worker. Strategy means long-term planning and policy setting. Functions mean operational process and structural design. Worker mean individual behavior training and interpersonal skills. Cross-cultural conflict management. Culture strongly influences how people handle conflict. Collectivist cultures prefer harmony and indirect methods of conflict handling. Individualist cultures are more direct and assertive. Understanding these differences is essential in global and multicultural organizations. Some of the practical guidelines for effective conflict management. Number one, recognize real disagreements early. Do not ignore tensions. Encourage open, honest discussions. In silent breeds resentment. Focus on shared goals. Emphasize we, not you versus me. Use empathy and active listening. Understand how others views before replying. Train teams in communication, problem solving, and cultural sensitivity. Document conflicts constructively for learning and prevention. Promote a cooperative climate, fairness, respect, and shared visions. Before international negotiation, understand cultural norms of conflict and communication. This prevents misinterpretations and offenses. In this video, we explored the stages of conflict management, and we explored how conflict can be managed through resolution and stimulation techniques. And now, on the next video part, we will focus on negotiation, including bargaining strategies, negotiation processes, and real world examples.